grew up loving the ocean. I live in Cape Town, South Africa, so my house is about it's about 2 minutes away from the ocean itself. And Mom always says I was a water baby, so I absolutely love it. Because of my love for the ocean, I pursued a career in wanting to be part of the ocean yet earn an income. So I became a lifeguard on the beaches of Muizenberg in False Bay. And becoming a lifeguard, obviously, it led to me being in the water quite a bit. And on August the 13th, 2006, in False Bay in Cape Town, that's where we did a routine life-saving training exercise called multiple patient rescues. And it involves having 3 people in the water, launching a rescue boat from the shoreline, picking all 3 people up and then taking them back to shore. The people on the day was a friend of mine, my brother and myself. My brother was the deepest person in the water at the time, and that's when something caught the corner of my eye coming from my right hand side. I looked at it, and that's where I saw it was a 4.7 meter great white shark heading for my brother. Immediately I screamed at the lifeguards to get my brother out of the water. At the time, I figured that the timing was going to be out, so what I did was I started drumming on top of the water, hoping to draw the attention away from my brother and towards myself. And the next thing I know, that's when the shark actually came up from my right hand side. Didn't attack me at first, just came up on my right hand side and swam past me, and that's when the dorsal fin of the shark, or the pectoral fin of the shark, hit my legs, and I actually sort of like fell on its tail. The next thing I know, this tail just went up into the air, and the shark managed to turn itself around, and I was face to face with this apex predator. Next thing I know, the shark grabbed my leg, sort of like thrust me on top of the water, and then pulled me underneath. That's when my last words for my brother was, "Please don't let me die." At that point, I got dragged for about 70 meters towards Seal Island. At that point, I fought for my life underneath the water, eventually getting to a point where the shark shook me again underneath the water and my shin bone broke into 2 pieces. I immediately swam for the surface because I thought I was going to drown, and made a big splash with my left hand, hoping that the lifeguards would see it. Next thing I know, the lifeguards were driving towards me with my brother hanging over the side of the rubber duck. He eventually grabbed my arm and then pulled me into the rubber duck. At that time, he told me, "Watch out, the shark is back." As I fell into the rubber duck, the great white had so much momentum that it actually lifted itself out of the water and actually hit the side of the rubber duck. And the next thing I know, I was rushed to the shoreline, where I was met with the paramedics who flew me to Constantiaberg Hospital. At the time, it was always my life's dream to represent South Africa in any sport, and eventually, because of my disability, I lost my lower half of my right leg, and because of my disability, I took to the pool. As my mom would say, I took to the pool like a shark in the ocean, really. And the next thing I know, I started breaking records left, right and center, and I eventually represented my country at the Beijing and London Paralympic Games. And I think it's such a great honor to be brought from South Africa to the CMS COP11, and I believe that, you know, by me being here, I believe that I can make a huge difference. People listening to the story and seeing that a shark attack survivor is now a conservationist for sharks. I just believe it's a really powerful story. In terms of, if a shark attack survivor can fight for sharks, then no one else really has an excuse. Basically, we're just here to press the world leaders in terms of, you know, creating more shark conservation policies, creating sanctuaries, and more on that topic. The shark is the top apex predator in our oceans, and you know, to have them, you know, be taken down to extinction will eventually affect the entire food web of the ocean itself. And the last thing I want is my grandkids or my kids to actually go to a museum and see what a shark looks like. I also believe that the shark cage diving industry is also there to help create jobs for people, and then also sort of like, you know, uplift the economy as it brings in, you know, it's a great tourist attraction, especially to South Africa, as we have air jaws in South Africa. So why, you know, wipe something out close to extinction when it's actually there to help us more than anything else?